Mariner Books and Harper Audio present 52 Pickup, a novel by Elmore Leonard, performed by Johnny Heller. For J.S. Chapter 1. He could not get used to going to the girl's apartment. He would be tense driving past the gate and following the road that wound through the complex of townhouse condominiums. Even when it was dark, he was a little tense. But once he reached the garage and pressed the remote control switch and the double door opened, he was there, and it was done. It was cold in the garage, standing in the darkness between his car and Cindy's, feeling for the key on the ring that held all the keys he had to carry. He didn't like keys and wished there was another way to do it. He wished he didn't have so many doors that had to be kept locked. It was warm in the kitchen, with a warm glow coming from the light over the stainless steel range. Shiny and clean, nothing on the sink or the countertop. She was neat, orderly, and for some reason that had surprised him. The rest of the apartment was dark, though dull evening light was framed in the sliding glass door across the living room. To the right was a front entrance and a suspended stairway that made one turn up to the hallway and 2 bedrooms. Beyond the stairway, the door to the den was closed. He called out, "Cindy." Usually music was playing, and in the silence the place seemed empty. But she was here because her car was in the garage, probably in the shower. He listened another moment before going back into the kitchen to the wall phone. The sound of the plant came on with the voice answering, and he said, "This is Mr. Mitchell. See if you can find Vic for me, will you?" The ice bucket wasn't on the counter. Usually, there were the ice bucket and 2 glasses, ready. Maybe at other times when he came in they weren't on the counter, but tonight he was aware of it. "Vic, it's Mr. Mitchell. I'm not going to be back today. Nah, I'm tired. Son of a bitch has 4 vodka martinis, shish kebab, coffee, and 3 stingers. We go back to his office, and I have to listen to all this shit about delivery dates." He was patient for almost a minute, leaning against the counter now, at times nodding, looking at the window over the sink where a stained-glass owl hung from the shade string. "Vic, I'll tell you what. You call on the customers and eat the lunch every day. I'll run the shop." "Victor, all right, you got a problem, but we know weeks ahead when we have to deliver, right? We take into account the chance of screw-ups, breakdowns, and acts of God, but Victor, we deliver. We pay our bills, and we always take our 2% 10 days. That's what we always do, as long as I've been in business. If you've got a machine problem, then fix the son of a bitch, because I'll tell you something. I'm not going to go out every day and eat lunch, Vic, and run the shop, too. You see that?" He listened again, giving his plant superintendent equal time. "All right. I'll talk to you first thing tomorrow." "Right. All right, Vic. Listen, if anybody wants me, I'm there. I'll call them back, right?" "Okay, so long." He hung up, took time to light a cigarette, and dialed his home. Waiting, he was thinking he could have handled that a little better with Vic, not sounded so edgy. "Barbara, how you doing?" "Nah, I'm back at the plant. Finally. Spent the afternoon at the tech center." "No, you better go ahead. I'll probably be late. Vic's got a problem I have to look into." "I know it. That's what I told him. But getting somebody else doesn't turn out a job that's due tomorrow. Listen, if you want me for anything and my nightline doesn't answer, I'm back in the shop somewhere. Leave a message, I'll call you." "Okay, see you later." He wasn't finished with the cigarette, but didn't need it now and stubbed it out as he hung up. In the living room, he turned on a lamp. He liked the furniture, all the orange and white stuff and abstract paintings and plants that were like trees. He had paid a decorator to pick them out, and they were his. He was finally starting to get used to the place, though he still had the feeling, most of the time, he was in a resort hotel suite or someone else's house. At the foot of the suspended stairway, he looked up and called the girl's name again. "Cindy." He waited. "Hey, lady, I'm home." It sounded strange. He said it and could hear himself, but it sounded strange, not something he would say. He stood there listening. But the sound he heard finally did not come from upstairs. It came from the den, the faint whirring sound of a motor, and he looked toward the closed
Sample complete. Ready to continue?